Today, I want to talk about the US mobile plan structure. So, they happen to have not updated their plans in a few months, so now would be a good time to review them in great. Hey, did you see how US Mobile just updated their plans? Ah, you know that feeling when you work on a video for weeks, editing every second, trying to make sure it's perfect to then finally hit that upload button? Well, I did this, and then US Mobile instantly updated their plan structure, which made the video outdated. Yeah, that really did happen. So let's talk about the new US mobile plan structure because there were some significant updates that overall made for some impressive new plans and changed some of the valid criticisms that I had of the service. So, what's new with US Mobile? A few weeks ago, US Mobile announced on everybody's favorite news platform, Reddit, what changes they're making to the service. Spoiler alert, they're generally pretty good. In this video, I plan to go over all of the plans in detail that had significant updates to them, as well as highlight the changes in comparison to the old plan structure. One side note that I wanted to make on plan pricing is that for the purposes of this video, I will display the price that US Mobile is required to display to the FCC on the broadband facts sheet. This is just, in my opinion, the most accurate display of pricing since that is kind of regulated by the FCC. But just know that US Mobile often runs deals and promotions, so you likely will be able to get a plan for even cheaper than I mentioned in this video. US Mobile has a total of 3 unlimited plans, 2 of which I plan to cover in this video. First, let's take a look at the unlimited starter plan, which is one of the most popular plans and would be a great fit for a lot of people. On unlimited starter, this plan is offered at just $25 per month or $270 per year if you pay annually. This plan offers unlimited high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, 20 gigabytes per month of hotspot data, a smartwatch add-on, 1 gigabyte of international data, as well as international calling and texting, a $2 network transfer fee to switch between Warp, Darkstar, and then Light speed, and the option to add multiple networks for $7.50 a month. So what does all of that mean and kind of what's different between the networks? As I have mentioned in other videos, US Mobile has 3 networks that you can choose from, so you're not just limited to one. You can choose between Warp, Darkstar, and then Lightspeed, which is Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile respectively. If you didn't know, there are some slight differences between the networks when you're on the same plan, which I will get into in a minute. Diving way deeper into unlimited starter, I mentioned that you get unlimited high-speed data. While this is true, you only get that when you're on the Darkstar network, which is AT&T. On the other networks, you are limited to 70 gigabytes of high-speed data per month before your data is significantly slowed. For hotspot data, you get 20 gigabytes per month on Darkstar and then 10 gigabytes per month on Warp and Lightspeed. So how is this different than before and what has changed? Well, previously on the Darkstar network, on the unlimited starter plan, you were given 70 gigabytes of high-speed data. Well, this is a decent amount of data per month. Honestly, it's more than I use. Now it is fully unlimited on this network, which means no caps at all, which is quite impressive for one of their lowest tiered plans. Now on the Warp and Darkstar networks, the high-speed data allotment jumped from 35 gigabytes per month to 70 gigabytes per month. This is doubling the amount of data that you had for the same price that you were paying before. You're probably thinking that, oh, there has to be a catch in all of this. Well, the data priority levels are changing a little bit. To add kind of another layer of terminology and complexity to this cell phone stuff, there are things called QCI, or Quality of Service Class Indicator levels. These are data priority levels that can be kind of a bit boring, to be honest, so I won't get into great detail, at least in this video, but a lower QCI number means the higher the priority and the faster the service. Phone plans generally range from QCI 8 to QCI 9, while something like emergency services range from QCI 1 to QCI 4. So why am I telling you all this? Well, with this new US mobile plan structure update, customers on unlimited starter using the Warp network will come with QCI 9, whereas before the default was QCI 8, meaning before you were on a higher priority by default. You will be able to upgrade your plan to QCI 8 for $4 per month or $36 annually. But before, this was included in the price of the plan. Now it costs a little bit extra. This may be a way that US Mobile is kind of offsetting some of the costs to offer you more data for the exact same price. So the price is the same, but the priority is a little bit worse in the end. I also mentioned a multi-network add-on, and let me explain what that does first. So for US Mobile, they have some pretty exclusive features of choosing between Warp, Darkstar, and Lightspeed, which is great, but you were only ever able to choose one network at a time. You could switch networks at any point in the app, but that process kind of takes a little bit of time, and you might have to pay depending on what plan you pick. Somewhat recently, they started introducing the ability to add 2 networks to your phone at the same time. So for example, let's say you want Warp and Lightspeed both on your phone using the same number. Well, now you can do that, and your phone can automatically switch using the data from both lines depending on the coverage and availability in your area. This option is not free though. Obviously, it will cost you $7.50 per month, which equates to $90 per year. This option is also available on the unlimited premium plan, which I will cover next. Unlimited Premium is the most absolute premium plan, top tier, that US Mobile offers, and it is the second and final unlimited plan that I will cover in this video. For those who are looking for absolutely everything, this is the plan for you. This plan costs $44 per month if you pay monthly, or $396 a year if you pay annually. So what do you get from this plan, and how does it compare to Unlimited Starter? With Unlimited Premium, now you get unlimited priority data. Keyword: priority. Unlimited talk and text. You get unlimited hotspot, a free smartwatch plan, 20 gigabytes of international data, calling and texting, free network transfers to transfer between Warp, Darkstar, and Lightspeed, as well as the previous mentioned multi-network add-on, which for this plan is still $7.50 per month. The absolute biggest change in this entire video is that now on this plan, you get unlimited priority data on all 3 networks. They now offer truly unlimited priority high-speed data on Warp, Darkstar, and Lightspeed. So this means that you're getting the full speed data everywhere, all included at the same price as before. Previously on Unlimited Premium, you did not get truly unlimited data on any other network other than Darkstar. The high-speed limit used to be 100 gigabytes per month on Warp and Lightspeed. The data priority levels were also improved by default, with QCI 8 on Darkstar and Warp, and QCI 7 coming at some point in the future for Darkstar. Truly unlimited data on all of these networks is an awesome change, and I was obviously very happy to see that and a little bit surprised. The hotspot remains the same though, which is a tiered approach for Darkstar depending on how much data you use every month, and a 50 gigabyte cap on Warp and Lightspeed. Moving on to roaming, which is most commonly used if you're international, this also got an upgrade with 20 gigabytes of data, 200 minutes, and 250 texts included when you're abroad. Lightspeed now covers over 180 countries. Darkstar covers 110 countries, with 41 offering data-only access, and Warp is expanding from 12 countries to 125 countries shortly. So on Darkstar, data used to vary between 10 gigabytes and 20 gigabytes depending on the country. This is no longer the case, and the new standard for every country is 20 gigabytes. Moving on to Buy the Gig. Buy the Gig is US Mobile's shared data pool plan. So instead of everybody getting their own plan, everybody shares a big pool of data every month. So for example, say you're a family of 4 and you want to share a pool of 20 gigabytes per month. All of these 4 people would be using the same pool of 20 gigabytes per month of data at one price. So the price of 4 people using the 20 gigabyte pool would come out to be $59 per month, which equates to $14.75 per line. This plan costs $8 per line, and then every additional 10 gigabytes that you want to add to the pool after 20 gigabytes is going to cost you about $15 per month. So what exactly changed with this plan in the latest updates? not really a whole lot, except buy the gig users now get cheaper access to priority data. So that essentially covers all the major US mobile plan updates, but there still were a few other plan improvements that I wanted to highlight. Roaming, which is where you can use data internationally, overall it became cheaper. Warp's global coverage, as I mentioned, is also expanding to 125 countries in a future update. So generally some pretty solid roaming options. And finally, US Mobile is now giving you the option to test out the multi-network add-on for free for up to 2 billing cycles. This was the feature where you can have 2 lines on your device at one time to maximize your data coverage. Well, now you can test it out for free to see if this feature would be worth it for you. And that is the last major update coming from US Mobile. Wow, okay, so I mean, we covered a lot of stuff in this video. So what are my thoughts on all of the updates? Honestly, I think they're pretty impressive. One of the biggest complaints about the service was that the lack of consistency between networks while you're on the same plan. It was pretty drastic. Before, you could be on the same plan, but depending on which network you pick, the high-speed data allotments would be substantially different. And while there is not the complete consistency between networks, but the most recent changes pushes the service into a better direction, in my opinion, especially on the unlimited premium plan. After the most recent changes, I really do think that unlimited premium is a lot easier to understand for most people. Considering most of the changes to the service involve more data at the same cost that you were already paying, yeah, that's obviously a win in my book. And while there is still a lot to improve, there's always going to be things to improve. I do believe that you could not go wrong with some of these US mobile plans. More options, more flexibility, and the same price. For the most part, there's nothing really not to love about these updates. Here's hoping that there's not a large amount of people who try to kind of abuse this and ruin it for everybody else. But I am curious, what are your thoughts on the US mobile changes? Do you think it's a big improvement, or do you think the change in priority levels is a no-go for you? Let me know in the comments below, and if you're interested in signing up for US Mobile, I've provided an affiliate link in the top pinned comment and description, which will give you the best deals as well as help support the channel at no extra cost to you. If you haven't already, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you're new to the channel so I can see you in all of the future personal finance and cell phone plan related videos. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Riley with the Riley Reform channel, and I hope your day is as pleasant as you are.